Last time in this series, we discussed plans, made an entrance, and even set up a ticket scanner. Now, for this episode, we will be adding some buildings for this park, as well as making a brand new park mascot. Let's get right into it. I have done a bit to test some things out. Now, first of all, as you can see, this floor is, yes, I moved the primitives, but this floor is a test design. It looks horrible. It just doesn't look good. Obviously, I can't make it look like a road, but what I'm thinking of doing is just having a path that goes down either side of it. I'll mess around with it a bit more later on, but let's get to properly making these buildings. We have these first sort of prototype of the building, what the buildings would kind of look like. This here is a bathroom. I've got restroom stalls back there, but this is one of the buildings that are going to be placed along here, all their design. We got two modular things to use. We got a small taller pillar which I have placed on the outside, and then we have a bigger flatter pillar. As you can see here, there's also a version where it has the patterns on it, which is going to be the ones visible on these larger scale temples. So with this first prototype done, let's get to work on the one that should be across the road from it. Now, during this part of the build, I started to realize a lot of problems with my design. Namely, I didn't group anything. So everything I was trying to duplicate over was just falling apart on me like a bunch of Lego that you had chucked down the stairs. So it took me a bit to fix this up, but I did most of it off camera because it was a very annoying fix. I had to go through every single block to find every missing piece. So I'll spare you the details. So after we had a quick break and accumulated a bit more money, we're finally going to get onto the big parts. Now, I don't think I properly showed these in the last clip. It's been a few days since I filmed, I'll be honest. I'm filming this on the 28th of December. Christmas has just passed, so I haven't had much time to spend here. I already finished the toilets. Got lights up the front, as I don't think I showed earlier. The information center is done. We have a nice inside. We're going to have to decorate this more properly when we get to it. But now we got to edit the side buildings, making our way towards the main pyramid. I've also got the path done, as you may be able to see. Added some nice stones like this around it, just to add some shape. Everything is very straight and square, which is kind of ugly, but we'll be fixing that later on. Now we got the 4 supports for this thing in place. Now this is going to be a lot taller than these, and we may even have another one of these pillars on top, but I don't want it to be too tall. I want it to be just a bit taller than this main entrance here, so it doesn't overshadow the pyramid. We want the pyramid to stand out, so we can't have anything comparing to it in height. Alright, well, now that we have the main side entrances done for it, we have a mood that we sort of need to fit, and we'll just get on to making the main entrance for this shop. I want it to be segmented pieces like this, but I do want to involve these pillars a lot more. Now, at this point, I feel like the back wall I will leave quite blank, just so I can have areas where the cash register will be, and I will come back later and put some decals up to detail it. I think in these buildings there will be a lot of spotlights and small little things like that to give the impression of someone having explored the buildings. So as for actual stone detailing, there may not be too much inside, plus no one's ever going to come into the shop anyways. Now, as you can see here, we got the basic wall structure done all the way around. We're going to place a cash register down here at some point, probably before we actually finish putting in the roof, just to make it easier for us. And we're going to have to find a way to make some fake merch to fill the stall with. But as far as it goes so far, it's looking alright. I don't think there's too many issues with it. We do have to go to a few things like this and maybe just readjust them slightly. Even then, I could just do that real quick now. Just with a quick slight movement. Just push it just about there. Yeah. And that seems to do the job just fine. So I had a lot more footage, I swear, but I kind of lost it. But anyways, we have done a bit of work on the buildings, as you just saw. We've added a bit of color to them, adding some brown and some yellow in. But yeah, we're just going to try and fix these colors up, and we're going to just keep going with the program. There we go. And what do we think of that? I think it's nice. I think it adds color. It adds sort of like a arrow to lead you down. Your eyes will avoid all the pale colors naturally and will just follow the pretty looking ones. And when we have this on the other side, naturally eyes I think should be drawn in between them to the pyramid, which I think is a beautiful way to bring attention to it. So we just got to group all of this and now duplicate it to the other side. Nah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, it's nice. It's very nice, but it just feels fake. We just need to find a way to make this appear more interesting. To get this roof done, we might have a lot of work cut out ahead of us. So let's do a big, long time lapse to get this done. So I have just gone ahead and finished the buildings. The roof on the buildings have been complete, and they got a bit more color now. Now the colors won't be fine-tuned until I finish the pyramid. I think once I get the pyramid down, it should really tie together what this place is meant to be. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. But now on a more technical scale, we are finally getting to the point where we need to figure out what this park will be named. And I'm thinking maybe the best way to name a park like this is to create a mascot or a sort of deity that this pyramid and this temple will be made towards. So I'm thinking, let's get started on drawing up this mascot so we can put them around the park. Now here we have the first of probably many drawing segments where we will draw the characters we need to get done. And I was thinking for this, a axolotl themed character would do nicely. Aztecs actually follow a lot of axolotls, and there is one god in particular they followed called Xolotl. Now we don't want to follow any actual gods because we don't want to misinterpret any culture or create anything, so I wanted to create someone new. Now I don't have a name for this character, but we're just going to make a rather friendly looking design. This is the second draft that we got going. I needed to put the tail in to properly figure out how to create the anatomy for this character. We want them to look soft, small, and lovable. We want them to be very family friendly. So I gave them a bandana, some goggles, and some pants because I want them to look like an adventurer as well. Here's the pants coming on, and we're going to add some rope there to just add to that sort of adventurous feel. Now with that done, let's get the actual main proper image that we will use for the park's entrance and possibly some merchandise that we will place around the park. I want to have a very curved look in our art, making circular sort of character designs make a very friendly appearance. The way sort of triangular and sharp designs can make something that's more evil and intimidating. The same reason we are putting more curved ends on these frills. We want to have some of the symbols on the cheeks that we had in the design. Here I had a bit of trouble trying to get the frills done and make them look equal enough. But we wanted to give them a leg as well as a hand and put those symbols on, which is kind of difficult unless you cheat in sort of the way that I did here, scrunch them on. With all of that done, we have really gotten a lot done in this one episode, which took me a long while to film. Now, as you can see just on the screen, that is going to be the mascot for this park. We can't really have them shown too much in the first area. They might feel out of character, but we'll figure that out later together. I'd like to see what you would name this character. So if you have any name ideas, please place them in the comments below, and I may go over them during the next video. The previous episode got a lot more attention than I expected, so I would like to put a bit more effort into these videos going forwards. So if there's any ideas for this park or this channel that you would like to give in, please go ahead and tell me in the comments below. But as per last video, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next episode.